In love, everyone seeks freedom and peace of mind, but it's not always something we achieve. Sometimes, love brings anxiety, pressure, and attachment. So how can we love while still preserving our inner freedom? Stoic philosophy, a classical lifestyle from thousands of years ago, offers an answer by helping us approach love with calmness, wisdom, and depth. Let's explore how Stoic thinking can help you love without losing yourself. Hello everyone, welcome to the Stoic Love Wisdom channel, the space where Stoic philosophy enlightens our journey of love and personal development. If you are looking for ways to maintain emotional balance, overcome challenges in relationships, and find peace amidst the chaos of modern life, this video is for you. In this video, we will delve into how to find freedom in love. Let's explore the secrets and strategies from Stoic philosophy to build strong and sustainable love while gaining a deeper understanding of ourselves. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with the latest insights. And now, let's begin. In love, freedom doesn't mean avoiding responsibilities or attachments. Instead, it's a state where you feel calm, comfortable, and not overly influenced by negative emotions like anxiety, jealousy, or excessive dependency. Stoicism teaches us that true freedom comes from within, from the ability to control our emotions and understand what is within and beyond our control. Once you achieve freedom in love, you will no longer be swept up in unreasonable demands or unrealistic expectations from your partner. Focus on what you can control. Stoic thinking emphasizes the distinction between what is within our control, such as actions, thoughts, and emotions, and what is outside our control, such as the emotions and thoughts of others, external events. In love, we often try to control our partner or worry too much about their actions while neglecting to control ourselves. Once you realize that you can only control yourself, you will feel less anxious and pressured. Love, therefore, becomes a choice, not an obligation. Develop patience and tolerant thinking. One of the core principles of Stoicism is patience. Stoicism teaches us that everyone has their own problems and ways of dealing with life. In love, patience and tolerance help you not only understand your partner but also accept their flaws. You won't be easily influenced by their changing moods but will instead remain calm and steadfast in your feelings for them. Avoid emotional dependence. One of the things that can make you feel trapped in love is excessive emotional dependence. Stoicism encourages us to build an independent life and not rely on anyone for our happiness. When you depend on your partner to feel happy, you are placing the power of your life in their hands, which can lead to feelings of loss and insecurity. Instead, create a life where you feel complete, and let love be a complement, not the sole source of joy. Build love based on ethical values and respect. Stoicism values ethical principles and mutual respect. In a healthy relationship, neither person tries to change or control the other but respects each other's differences and values. When you love someone with Stoic thinking, you love with respect, without judgment, and without trying to force them to change to meet your desires. This creates a free environment where each person can be themselves without being subjected to unrealistic expectations. Practice gratitude. Gratitude is an important principle in Stoicism, and in love, it helps you focus on the good and positive things. When you feel grateful for the small moments and thoughtful gestures from your partner, you will spend less time focusing on imperfections and avoid disappointment. Gratitude strengthens love and reduces tension and unrealistic expectations. Accept the impermanence of love. Stoicism teaches that everything is impermanent and can change. Love is no exception. Accepting this impermanence helps you not cling to your partner or fear losing them. Instead, you can enjoy each moment and each joy when you're together, without being obsessed with worries about the future. This brings lightness, freedom, and allows you to enjoy love without facing the fear of separation. Use reason to handle conflict. Conflict is inevitable in any relationship, but the way you approach conflict can affect your sense of freedom in love. Stoic thinking teaches that we should use reason to resolve problems instead of letting emotions take over. When conflict arises, stay calm, listen, and try to understand your partner's perspective. Rather than letting conflict make you feel stuck or constrained, view it as an opportunity to understand each other better and grow the relationship. Focus on self-love. Stoicism encourages developing love for oneself because if you cannot love yourself, it's difficult to love others in a healthy way. Self-love brings you freedom because you don't need validation from others to recognize your own worth. This helps you become more confident and less dependent on others for happiness, turning love into a shared journey rather than a quest for completeness from your partner. Create personal space. Creating personal space is not just about physical space but also about mental space, where you can maintain your interests, goals, and time for yourself. This helps maintain freedom in love because you are not overwhelmed by your partner's needs and have the opportunity to grow as an individual. Stoic thinking teaches that only when you feel complete and free can you bring peace to the relationship. Practice letting go of expectations. One of the things that can make us feel trapped in love is expectations about how our partner should behave, how they should show affection, or where the relationship is headed. However, Stoicism teaches that these expectations only lead to disappointment because others can never fully meet our desires. Instead of expecting from others, accept them as they are and enjoy love as part of life. When you no longer carry the burden of expectations, you will feel free, peaceful, and enjoy the relationship in freedom rather than constraint. Recognize and control negative thoughts. Negative thoughts, jealousy, or doubt can erode the sense of freedom in love. Stoicism encourages us to recognize and control these negative thoughts rather than letting them dominate our lives. When you notice negative thoughts arising, ask yourself, what purpose does this thought serve in my life and relationship? By becoming aware and controlling these thoughts, you avoid letting emotions overpower reason and learn to love more mindfully, preventing the relationship from becoming burdensome or stressful. Enjoy the present moment. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of living fully in the present moment. Instead of worrying about the future of the relationship or regretting the past, focus on the moments you and your partner are currently sharing. This helps you appreciate each moment together and feel free because you are no longer haunted by what has passed or what is yet to come. Living in the present also helps you recognize the value of the relationship and each moment you share, making the relationship feel like a part of life, not the entirety of life. Confronting the fear of loss. Stoic philosophy teaches that everything can change and nothing is permanent. In love, many people feel constrained by the fear of losing their partner, the fear of separation, the fear of loss. However, when you accept that everything may come to an end, you will no longer be afraid. Instead, you will learn to cherish every moment you have. Stoicism does not advise us to deny our feelings but instead to learn how to accept and calmly face every change. When you overcome the fear of loss, love becomes a freer and more peaceful journey. Don't let happiness depend on others. Living with a Stoic mindset helps us realize that happiness does not depend on others but comes from within. When you let your happiness be dependent on someone else's feelings, you lose your freedom and always worry if that person changes. True happiness comes from living according to your own values, achieving personal goals, and loving yourself first. This allows you to love others from a place of equality and health, rather than being controlled or dependent. Embrace inner freedom. Stoicism is about finding freedom from within. Instead of seeking security from a relationship, let your inner self be where you find peace. You will find that relationships become less pressured and less expected because you don't need someone else to feel complete. Freedom in love is when you can be together without losing your personal identity. When you have inner freedom, love becomes a part of your life, rather than being the place where you seek value or identity. Cherish but don't cling. Stoic philosophy helps us learn how to appreciate the precious things in life, including love, without clinging to them. Instead of seeing love as a requirement for happiness, see it as a valuable gift that we are lucky enough to possess. This allows you to love without fear and enjoy the relationship comfortably without being obsessed with holding on to it at all costs. By cherishing but not clinging, you will feel lighter and freer. You will no longer try to change the other person or the relationship to meet your personal desires. Instead, you will focus on becoming the best version of yourself, creating a harmonious and freer relationship. Face change with calmness. Change is a natural part of life, and Stoicism teaches us to accept it calmly. In love, we may fear that the relationship will change over time. There are times when feelings are intense, but there are also times when those feelings fade over the years. Stoic philosophy suggests that we embrace these changes as part of the love journey. When we accept that love can change, we will no longer fear its transformation and will be able to adapt to any situation without losing ourselves. This helps you find freedom in love, because you no longer worry about controlling or holding on to old feelings and emotions. Learn to escape the vicious cycle of negative thinking. In love, sometimes we get stuck in negative thoughts, such as worrying about loyalty or doubting the sincerity of our partner. These thoughts can create a vicious cycle that makes you feel trapped and uncomfortable in the relationship. Stoicism advises you to stop, recognize negative thoughts, and analyze them rationally. Ask yourself if these worries are truly justified, or if they are just the result of past hurts or unnecessary anxiety. When you overcome these negative thoughts, you will feel lighter and be able to love with a sense of freedom. Be grateful for what you have. Stoicism teaches us to always be grateful for what we have, including the current relationship. When you are grateful for the love you have, you will feel content and less influenced by unmet desires. This helps you appreciate the value of love in the present, without being swept away by pressures for the future. When you feel grateful, you will find peace and comfort in the relationship. You will no longer feel the need to change your partner or the relationship to feel happy. Instead, you will find freedom in love through acceptance and gratitude for the small but valuable things that you share together. Learn to forgive and let go of resentment. In relationships, there will be times when we face conflicts and hurt each other, whether intentionally or unintentionally. Holding on to resentment and anger only tires us out and takes away our freedom. Stoic philosophy teaches that forgiveness is not just for the other person but also a gift to yourself, so that you can live more lightly. When you learn to forgive and let go, you will find that love becomes much easier and freer. Forgiveness doesn't mean blindly ignoring everything, but rather acknowledging and accepting that everyone makes mistakes, and no one is perfect. Forgiveness helps you release yourself from psychological burdens, allowing you to continue the journey of love with an open heart and freedom. Set healthy boundaries. Love is about connection, but to have a healthy and sustainable relationship, both people need clear boundaries. This not only helps protect yourself but also keeps the relationship balanced and free of tension. Boundaries allow you to feel safe and free because you know you are being respected. Stoicism in love encourages each person to establish their own boundaries without feeling guilty. This could include private time, respecting each other's autonomy, and not intruding on each other's personal space. When both partners respect each other's boundaries, love becomes more enjoyable, and each person feels free in the relationship. Respect your partner's autonomy. Stoicism advises us to respect the personal freedom of each person, including your partner. This not only shows trust but also helps build a sustainable relationship based on respect. Instead of controlling or imposing, allow your partner space to grow, experience, and make their own decisions. Respecting your partner's autonomy creates a sense of safety and comfort for both people, reducing unnecessary pressure and helping each person feel they have the right to choose and live according to their own desires. This is how you maintain freedom in love without turning it into a burden or constraint. Find joy in simple things. Stoicism teaches that happiness does not come from big things or distant expectations, but from appreciating the simple things around us. In love, instead of seeking dramatic moments or complicated romantic gestures, find joy in everyday moments, like a shared meal, a sincere conversation, or a gentle walk together. When you learn to find joy in the simple things, love becomes lighter, more natural, and more intimate. You no longer need grand gestures or complexities, and you will feel the freedom of enjoying each moment without the pressure of distant desires. Practicing serenity in love. Stoicism advises us to practice serenity, meaning to accept whatever happens without anxiety or fear. Serenity is a state of mind where you feel at peace, even when facing any turmoil in love. When you reach this state, you will no longer be driven by negative emotions or unnecessary worries, thus creating freedom and tranquility in your relationship. Practicing serenity helps you become calm, listen to your partner with understanding, without judgment, and love sincerely without attachment. This is the ultimate goal of Stoicism in love, to love with freedom, without bondage, without anxiety, and without dependency. Gratitude and unconditional love. Stoicism encourages us to practice gratitude, not just for the wonderful things but also for the challenges and hardships. In love, gratitude helps us appreciate our partner and the relationship, even when it's not perfect. When you are grateful, you deeply appreciate what the other person brings, not only the joy but also the valuable lessons from conflicts or difficulties. Unconditional love does not mean accepting everything without limits, but loving without expectations. This is not easy, but Stoicism teaches us to love others without demanding them to do anything for us. When you truly love without conditions, you will experience freedom because you love them for who they are, not for what they must do for you. Finding joy in your partner's growth. Another important aspect of Stoicism in love is taking joy in your partner's growth and achievements. This could be successes in their career, personal growth in life, or simply their confidence and happiness. Instead of feeling jealous or comparing, truly rejoice that they are becoming the best version of themselves. When you find happiness in your partner's development, your love becomes vast and no longer limited by personal desires. You will feel freedom and satisfaction in growing together, supporting and encouraging each other's development without feeling bound or pressured. Loving as a companion, not as a possession. Stoicism encourages us to love as a companion, not as a possessor. Love is not about possession or control, but about companionship. This means respecting your partner's freedom, supporting them when needed, but not intervening in every decision or action they take. You become a trustworthy companion, always by their side, but without imposing or demanding. When you love as a companion, both you and your partner will feel comfortable and free in the relationship. You can grow independently while still being strongly connected. This is how love does not become a burden but a sustainable and happy relationship. Prioritizing your inner peace. Finally, Stoicism reminds us that love should not disrupt our inner peace. A good relationship is one where both people feel happy and comfortable, not a place filled with tension or insecurity. Prioritizing your inner peace doesn't mean selfishness, but maintaining a calm heart to love healthily and sincerely. When you value your inner peace, you will have the ability to listen and understand your partner more deeply. You won't get caught up in trivial conflicts and will be able to make decisions rationally and compassionately. This helps create a relationship of freedom, where each person has their own space and both feel at peace. Conclusion. Stoicism is a philosophy of life that helps us understand and love fully, thereby finding freedom in love. By letting go of expectations, controlling ourselves, and accepting reality, we can love sincerely and more freely. Love is no longer a burden or a responsibility to bear, but a meaningful shared journey. True freedom in love does not come from trying to control the other person or protect the relationship excessively, but from self-confidence, gratitude, and the ability to accept both ourselves and others. When applying Stoic thinking, we can love serenely and freely, experiencing the true joy and happiness of love. Remember that true love is a journey of companionship, sharing joy and challenges, but also a path of freedom for exploration and growth. When we find freedom within ourselves, love becomes a part of life, not a binding force that takes away our unique identity. Wishing you continued success and happiness on your journey.